I'm going to share with you today my Honda VFR 400 nc30. I've had this bike now for about 4 months, and I'm going to show you some of the things I like about it. Not many things. There's not many things that I don't like about it. Originally I wanted to buy a 400 because I just thought it was a great bike to use around North Yorkshire where I'm living, and I just find that the speed of this bike is perfect for the moors, the small roads, and the bumps and everything. It just seems to handle it really well. Previously, the person who owned this bike spent quite a bit on it. You can see that there's a lot of modifications that have been made, some of them good, some of them not so good. Just got a wide back shot here for you. I really like the nc30 with the white rims or the gold rims. I think either one of them are very, very nice. So maybe I can point out some of the things about it that are pretty cool. Obviously the biggest modification is the tail, so the original nc30. What makes the original one quite dated in terms of aesthetic is the rear tail, and this has got a new subframe and the Tiger tail end. The Tiger tail end is really nice. Single seater, no space for baggage. It's brilliant. Makes a good track day bike, but also great for the street as well. I decided not to go with the Tiger front end. I really think that the original with the two headlamps is so iconic, and it looks wonderful. I would keep the front end the way it is, but I think with the new kind of rear, just makes it rock. It's got the Repsol colorways. Some of the things a bit closer up you can see done to it. This one's using the white dials, which apparently are a little bit more difficult to get. I have over here, this is the overflow from the radiator, which ports through a hose here, connects to the radiator. When the radiator pressure rises, it lifts the cap, and then the overflow then pumps from this point here, from the highest point. So you can see here, there's a radiator overflow there. And it will pipe into that container. I also have another one. So this is the fuel overflow, which I pipe down to here, which on the original model actually pipes down somewhere down to the underneath the tank where the airbox is, and there's a little galley which it then drops out on the ground. But I really don't like that. I just didn't like the way that was constructed, so I decided to route mine to the other side and actually have it go into a container. The frame has got a carbon fiber protector on it, which I think looks really nice. I really didn't like the big sort of chrome, or not sort of chrome, but just the silver look of the aluminum. I actually quite like this protector. Whether or not it really helps and protects the body is not really so much important, but I think it's aesthetically it looks nice. With this color scheme, definitely the silicone hoses look really good with the water system. Back here you can see I've actually put on some new Dunlop. I'm using Battle Axe tires, which I put on it just today, which look really nice. You can see the single swing arm. The original design of the swing arm was done by a company called Elf. I'm sure you heard of them. It's been used up until even today. It's a very iconic design single swing arm that's made from aluminum. Really, really cool. I think this piece is something that was added to some kind of torsion bar that's part of the swing arm. And I'm also told that the white shock, which you can see here, the monoshock, is something that's quite cool. It's got preload adjustment, and this is the rebound dampening setting here. The rear suspension on this bike is absolutely fantastic, but I think the front suspension, which on this particular model only has preload adjustment. I think it could be improved. One of the ways you can do that is you could put the nc30 shocks with the telescopic inverted forks, and I think that would make a big difference. You know, I might consider doing that if I decide to, you know, when I decide to rebuild the front again and change out the shock oil. I might actually put in the nc30. You need to modify the yoke to get it to work. It is a bit of work to get that mod. You're going to need to get access to a welder, but I think it's probably time well spent. I think these were not the original re-race sets. These are probably just back a little bit more compared to the original. Gosh, I just really like looking at it. You know, it's just really nice to look at this bike. I've done a few things to it. Like, one of the things I've done was I rebuilt the front. I had to put in new shock oil, redid the calipers. The can on it, this is not the original can. This is the Japanese made. Yoshimura, lovely little thing. It produces a great sound. The thing I like about this can is the proportion of it to the bike. I think it's just the right size. The original can, the size is a little bit disproportional to the bike, but I think this is just the right size. Not too small and it's not too big, and just still gives you some visibility to the rear here. Of course, you've got this really nice swing arm over here that you can see because the pipes are all ported to the other side. I really like the way that these little stacks here is just part of the design of the bike. These two stacks here look really nice. You know, they've got a little bit of stainless steel in the piping, and you can kind of brush them up and they look really lovely. By God, it's got a really beautiful sound, the motor with the V4. I'm sure if you're an enthusiast, you'll know that. Oh yeah, I put these tank pads on here. I put those on there. They're okay. They're 3M, but they're sort of peeling off a little bit. You know, you can see there. I asked for really good quality ones, and they didn't give me ones, and then they ended up just being kind of too small as well. So I'm probably going to change those out at the end of the season. But yeah, I mean, the bike just starts first go. When I took the fairings off it, one of the most interesting things about this bike, you know, being carbureted, and is that, you know, there's just no electronics. You take it out, you take off the fairings, and there's just the motor and a radiator. You know, like this one has 2 bars. So your nc30's got 2 bars. It's got one radiator bar at the top here, and it's got a smaller one, which is you can't really see it. It's behind and down in here. So that's you know, that's something that's really cool. But I've got the suspension set up on it really neat, really nice now. Let me give you a squiz on how this thing sounds. Let's just fire her up. You've got a choke down here, which you do have to give it a bit of choke, especially as it's cold at the minute. I'm going to pop that kill switch and run. Let's see if it starts first go like it normally does. I hope you enjoyed that. Hope you like it as much as I do. If you've got any questions, leave me comments. I'm going to go for a ride, so thank you.